Greetings to you all out there, and welcome to another episode of Sports on your favorite channel, the Fawzan House Sports channel. And in this episode, I'm going to look at this important question in football. And it's been addressed some time back, but I think I'm going to face it head on to conduct this analysis with respect to the topic, whether indeed, and the question as I will frame it is that are salaries of players or football players sustainable? That's the question I'm putting across before I try to answer this question. I know you guys will help me in the comment section to answer this question. And before I proceed with my analysis, please, if it happens to be your first time of passing through my video, please do well to hit the subscribe button, touch the notification bell, share the program to as many viewers as possible, and give me more likes and thumbs up or likes if you enjoy the presentation. Share, because the greatest disservice to mankind is to deny an information to a greater number of people, and when especially that information is beneficial. And I'm trying to answer this question because time and time again we hear negotiations of players, and from ever since the time footballers were being bought at expensive rate from the early 90s to the early 2000s. We hear players, the club has splashed £5 million to buy a player. You hear Chelsea will splash £50 million to buy Fernando Torres. Liverpool will spend a region of £65 million pounds sterling or euros for Virgil van Dijk. You hear so many players. Manchester United splashing £76 million for Jadon Sancho, and then Kai Havertz, Chelsea's splashing 74.5 million euros pounds for Kai Havertz. You hear all these didn't start at that higher rate. It started from 0-1 upwards, and from the rate at which those prices are going, only time will tell whether indeed those prices can be sustained. And especially this topic has become very crucial and important at this point in time when Barcelona has let go of Lionel Messi. And the main reason why Barcelona failed to renew Messi's contract is the issue of finance. From the way they are paying Lionel Messi, is unsustainable. Hence, how can you run a club and allow a payout of salary of 110% in comparison to revenue that you are generating of 100%? Any rational person doing business cannot do that. You can't be paying what you don't have. You can't be giving what you don't have. And so it's wise for Barcelona to let him go, though a painful sum. You know, the issue of finance is such an important issue that even supporters don't understand the issue of finance. All that supporters know is that we should go and buy this player. Manchester, Chelsea should go and buy this player. Barcelona, Real Madrid should buy Mbappe to come to Real Madrid and get them winning trophies. That's what supporters know. But aside the excitement of football, there are one equally important aspect of football that so many observers of the game are failing to come to terms with, is the issue of finance. And so most of these clubs, that's why the Spanish clubs, big clubs, Barcelona, Real Madrid, are now almost on the verge of bankruptcy, because time and time again they have been paying these huge, crazy sums of money to players. And so the issue of Messi is that Barcelona has generated a debt of 1 billion in February this year, few months after Mario Bartomeu resigned as president. So the financial situation of Barcelona forced them to allow Lionel Messi to leave. Not that they don't want Lionel Messi. So some of the observers of the game are saying that if indeed Lionel Messi does love Barcelona, why is he not playing for them at an extremely low price or even free? Because if you look at Lionel Messi and the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, the money that they generate from social media is enough to even take care of themselves. Take a critical case of Cristiano Ronaldo, who last year, according to report, generated $75 million on Instagram. You can imagine even how many players from other clubs, unknown players, can generate such a huge amount of money. He generated that only on IG, Instagram. Not to talk of other monies that he generates from sponsorship, his business investment, his hotels, and so many monies that his investment. So likewise, Messi's got investment in hotels, his sponsorships, endorsements and so on and so forth. And so why can't Lionel Messi play for Barcelona, a club that picked him from nowhere and treated him when he used to have some abnormal disease back several years ago when he was young? So this begs to the question comes back again as to whether indeed these players do love these their clubs, or maybe perhaps they may are doing it for money, as many observers of the game understand that most of these players are doing it for the money. They don't necessarily love their clubs that they claim to love. Barcelona were expecting to lose an amount in the region of 200 million euros in losses, but after financial auditing, they realized that they've lost more than twice of that, in the region of 400 million plus euros. And so when they allow Lionel Messi to sign, it's going to be difficult. And even a point in time during the negotiations of Erling Haaland to Chelsea, which now is almost pending or at a standstill, Erling Haaland team camp were demanding something in the region of £600,000 sterling a week. Come on, this is outrageous. Even if Chelsea does agree with this deal, I, as a Chelsea fan, wouldn't want to agree with this deal. So even in some cases, it's a blessing in disguise that the deal is currently off. And so as a player who is interested in coming to a club, why quote this outrageous salary? And even the club that is currently in Borussia Dortmund are not willing to let him go without a fight. They are also ready to extort so much money from Chelsea as much as possible, from Chelsea. And so this kind of players' salary, I have said it on so many platforms, that the salaries of these players are crazy salaries, and it can never be sustained. It can't be sustained. What is happening to these Spanish clubs, if care is not taken, would trigger and happen to most football clubs. Even English clubs that are getting the finances, huge pumping of revenues within the Premiership, it may come to terms if they are paying these crazy salaries, they can't sustain their clubs. And so I don't think it's sensible for Chelsea to give Erling Haaland £600,000 sterling a week. In my opinion, don't think it's a sensible deal to make out of it. And Roman Abramovich cannot be pouring money into Chelsea forever. Any businessman will want profit, and so he can't be pumping money into Chelsea forever. That when Chelsea is in need of a player, he splashes money. He can't do it forever. Now, latest news, as I said already, as I said in one of my videos, is that Roman Abramovich has conducted an emergency meeting to look at the possibility of signing Messi. Only time will tell if indeed this will come to fruition. And so all the talk here is that are these players really love the clubs that they are playing for? And they playing because of money? Of course, somebody will say, if you are working, definitely you've got to be paid. Definitely they have to be paid. I know, but not these crazy sums of money. And most of these players, what do they do with this money? I'm not somebody who say this guy is jealous of the players and them. No, they enjoy with these beautiful girls and on these yachts and ships and private jets. I'm not saying it's not good to have fun and enjoy one's money, hard-earned money. No, but I think these monies that are being paid to players is crazy money, and it can't be sustained. Do comment to agree or disagree with me if these huge sums of money can be sustained forever. It can't. There will reach a time that a ceiling or limit has to be put with respect to how an amount that has to be splashed with respect to purchasing of players and if there are salaries of players. Only time will tell. The earlier the clubs agree to put a ceiling on the amount they have to pay players and purchase players, the better for all the clubs, as this is unsustainable. And that explains the reason why Barcelona and Real Madrid, as well as Juventus, are hell-bent on bringing in the Super League, because they have so many financial situations confronting them, payment of players, as well as planning of the clubs, so projects of the club. And so the only way out is to be involved in the Super League. Please do well to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and give me thumbs up if you enjoy my presentation. Share in your opinion to agree or disagree with whatever I've put out in my analysis. This is where I will draw down the curtains on today's episode of analysis by asking the question once again: are salaries of these players sustainable? Thank you very much. Cheers. I love you wherever you are. Bye bye.
Ooh.